Welcome to Owyhee County, located in the southwest corner of Idaho. This area is home to the Owyhee Mountains, the Bruneau Jawbridge National Park, the Owyhee and Snake Rivers, as well as some of the most historic sites in the West. In the mid-1800s, Donald Mackenzie traveled to the Hawaiian Islands looking for men to help him trap and trade animals. Donald brought some of the Hawaiian men back with him, who later went missing while checking traps. Other trappers began calling the area where the Hawaiians were last seen Owyhee. These expeditions helped kick off the fur trade and gold rush in Owyhee County. Working men and their families looking to make a fortune flocked to the area. Now, the abandoned mines and ghost towns, as well as the area's natural beauty, invite tourists looking to explore. The area was once a volcanic hotspot, which helped to shape its terrain and history. Now, why don't we take a deeper look into what this area is made of by looking at some of its major geological features.
One of the Owyhee volcanic field's notable contributions to southwestern Idaho's rugged high desert terrain is the distinct reddish-brown rhyolitic tuff found in the areas surrounding Swisher Creek, Browns Creek, and Little Jacks Creek. This welded tuff, ranging from 50 to 200 meters thick in some places, formed during a series of explosive volcanic eruptions that forced rock, ash, and lava from volcanic vents. The pyroclastic and aphanitic materials were then welded and compacted together to form the signature igneous rock that comprises much of the area. The silica-rich quartz and plagioclase composition of the rocks, together with the presence of pumice and shards, is evidence of the more viscous volcanic materials we see from explosive events. These igneous rocks have been dated using potassium-argon isotopes that place the eruption events between 9.4 and 17 million years ago within the Miocene epoch. Since that time, water flow through the area has carved meandering creeks into the volcanic rock, and in the case of Little Jacks Creek, cut canyon walls as much as 1,000 feet in height. The area is isolated, rugged, and a prime habitat for bighorn sheep, antelope, deer, and sage grouse.
The Silver City mountain range in Owyhee County, now a popular tourist spot, is just a ghost of its former self. The town once served as a community center for gold and silver mines located in the volcanic rocks of the area. The ore-bearing veins formed about 15 million years ago when the super hot water heated by volcanism carried these metals into suspension through fractures in the rock, where they collected into concentrated deposits in a process called epithermal deposition. The three main rock groups in the Silver City range are granite, basalt, and rhyolite. The Silver City granite is considered to be an outlier of the Idaho batholith. It was intruded by diorite and dacite dikes during the Eocene or Oligocene time about 35 million years ago. Later, it was eroded into hills and mountains. War Eagle Mountain, shown here, is an excellent example of the granite that makes up the Silver City mountain range. During the Middle Miocene, a thick sequence of volcanic rocks was extruded from various sources in the area. The occurrence of this volcanic activity was probably between 16 and 17 million years ago. The volcanism started with the extrusion of more than 2,500 feet of basalt onto the already present granite. The remains of the basaltic extrusions are seen here covering portions of Slacks Mountain. Volcanism in the Owyhee Mountains ended with the extrusion of rhyolite and quartz latite lava flows. De La Mar Mountain, shown here, is formed primarily by these rhyolite and latite eruptions. The volcanic tuff that litters the area is another geographic feature formed by these Owyhee volcanics. All three major rock units, the granite, basalt, and rhyolite, are cut by mineralized veins of gold and silver. The Bruneau Jawbridge Eruptive Center lies on the easternmost side of Owyhee County. The area is home to the Bruneau Dunes State Park as well as several massive canyons carved out by the Bruneau and Jawbridge rivers. Bruneau Dunes features the largest single structured sand dune in North America, rising to a height of 470 feet. The Bruneau Canyons consist mostly of rhyolite and basalt lava flows, which erupted from the Yellowstone caldera near the end of the Miocene epoch around 8 million years ago. These lava flows were introduced to the Earth's crust through feeder dikes called fissures. Molten rhyolite pushed out rapidly from these fissures, cooling quickly around the edges while staying molten on the inside. Prongs of magma periodically pushed out through the edges as molten rock continued to be pumped into the flow from underneath, creating a unique pattern in the rocks. The Sheep River flow is the largest rhyolite lava flow in the Bruneau Jawbridge area. Containing at least 48 cubic miles of lava, it covers more than 300 square miles and is nearly 800 feet thick. It was erupted about 9.9 million years ago. The Bruneau River has sliced a sheer-walled gorge through the Sheep Creek Rhyolite, about 24 miles in length. The highest elevation point in the Owyhee volcanic region can be found at Hayden's Peak in the Owyhee Mountains, which reaches 8,402 feet. Farther to the east, sands are deposited into the lower-laying basins that form the Bruneau Dunes, and the elevation is much less, at 2,740 feet.
At some point during the Miocene epoch, southwestern Idaho was positioned directly over the Yellowstone hotspot. This mantle plume beneath the North American plate is the major reason for the vast rhyolitic igneous rock covering this section of Idaho's crust, as well as the veins of silver and gold deposited by epithermal activity. This felsic material lies above a slightly older extrusion of mafic basalt, which in turn lies in some areas above a layer of intruded granite known as the Idaho batholith, which occurred in the Cretaceous period. The larger tectonic picture encompasses the movement of the North American plate in a generally western direction as it converged with the Pacific plate, resulting in the massive deposition of igneous materials that cover a large percentage of Idaho.
This vast isolated region known as the Owyhee volcanic field spans some 8,000 square miles and offers prime habitat for a variety of wildlife, including protected birds of prey. A large portion of the land is managed by the Bureau of Land Management, with allotments granted to ranchers for the grazing of cattle. The area offers numerous recreational opportunities, from hiking and camping to fishing, hunting, and whitewater rafting. Natives to the area are known to refer to it as the Big Quiet, and this southwestern corner of Idaho remains a valuable natural resource and geological relic of the powerful tectonic and volcanic forces that stir beneath our feet.